26 of Series 3 of Master League Story Mode. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last however many weeks, you'll know that Bristol City are top of the league, and we're top of the league by 3 points. Who would have done thunk it? But there we are, check us out, 3 points ahead of Leicester, Chelsea and Manchester City, and we're playing irresistible football at the moment. In the last episode, we saw fan favourites Gustav Engvall and Marlon Pack both grabbing goals for the first time in a while. And yeah, we're just kicking on, really. Every game now seems winnable. We're up to 92 team spirit, which is pretty big, and 75 team strength. We've got a lot of money in the war chest, but we don't really need to sign anyone. Let's take a look at the sides for today's game against Crystal Palace. We're at home. Look at that. It's an all-blue midfield. That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, the flashing blue arrows of Kieran Dowell and Daniel Amati, which represent the dramatic improvement that they're both on. It's just an absolute pleasure to see two players, young, exciting players like them, improve at the rate they are. No substitutes needed today. Matthews is on a downward arrow, but I think we can probably play him anyway. Quick look at Palace. They've got Connor Wickham up front. They've got the pace of Zaha and Puncheon in the midfield. Two central midfielders playing deep. That's quite a good tactic. And they've got Broomer at the back. Yeah, they've got a strong defence. This could be tricky, but we are at Ashton Gate and we don't often lose there. So to be top of the league in January would be a huge achievement for Ian Holloway's side. And at this point, it's such an incredible start to the season. I think a European spot is the minimum that the Bristol City fans and board would like to see, which seems a ridiculous thing to say. It would have been ridiculous at the beginning of the season. But the way these guys are playing, and they just continued their form from the Championship, seems like anything's possible. Here is Marlon Pack, goal scorer in the last episode. Slots the ball into Nigel Robertha. He turns. For the ball out to Matthews. Good take from him. Whips it in. Amati's there. Misses the header. And Ward can clear. Little chip ball out to Robertha. That's really nicely weighted. Robertha can get there ahead of Soiree. Oh, he's won it back. Robertha puts it into the box. Rossiter edge of the box. Hits it. Disappointing hit there. Direct running from him. Finds Robertha. Can he lay it off to Friday? He can. He continues. Spreads it wide to Angelino. He's got space to pick out a cross here. He looks for Robertha at the far post. Can Dowell control it in the area? Kieran Dowell puts the shot in. It's a good covering tackle in the end by Kabai, but it nearly fell to him there. Oh, that's a crunching tackle from Rossiter. It had elements of a fair tackle, I'm sure. Oh, it's a yellow card for Jordan. Maybe just a little bit too strong, and it was a foul, yeah, definitely. Well, first half, time is ticking away, and Crystal Palace have been really strong. They've prevented us really having many chances. Broomer at the back has been absolutely huge for them, and they've been breaking up play well. Kieran Dowell not finding the spaces he's had before, and Palace, as they are right now, looking dangerous in possession. Good tackle from Magnuson. He's played well. Rossiter nearly loses out there, and Palace have looked really strong and dynamic in both attack and defence, but Rossiter's won it back here. Can he find the ball through to Nigel Robertha with a left foot finish, and that's wide, and that was actually probably our first good chance of the game. Oh, dearie me. Well, it's not a classic Bristol City performance by any stretch of the imagination, but Palace also, they've been restricted to no shots at all. Possession's pretty tight. It's an enjoyable game to play, maybe not to watch. I think a goal early in the second half is exactly what we need. Early substitution here. Connor Wickham replaced. That could be an injury. Remy coming on. Not seen much of him. I was a big fan of him at Newcastle. His career sort of petered out a little bit. Let's see what he can do here. Johnson. Oh, Rossiter tracking back so well. Now he looks to bring it forward. Ball into Kieran Dowell. Friday turns away, but MacArthur, huge slide tackle. Rossiter's back in there again. He's having a great game. Come on, referee. There's nothing wrong with that. Delaney floats it in, looking for Remy, but Magnuson should win this. No, he doesn't. Remy gets away with it. Puncheon into the box. He shoots wide. Things could be very different here. As I mentioned in the last episode, we're only a couple of draws, or a loss even, which seems inconceivable at the moment, away from slipping away from this title race. We can't be affording any slip-ups. Inside to Kieran Dowell. Sees Marlon Pack making the run. Slots it through, looking for Robertha. That's a good touch from him. Can't find his strike partner Friday. And the attack breaks down again. Palace have been so resolute at the back. Their defending has been absolutely impenetrable so far. Now Zaha up against Matthews. This time he beats him. His pass only finds Kieran Dowell. And now we can streak forward with KD. Looks inside to Robertha. Friday lays it off to Rossiter. That's not a great ball. But the ball back into Friday from Rossiter's a good one. It's a good save from Speroni. That should have been 1-0 there. Back into Dow. Good feet from Dow. Gets away. Rossiter back into Dow, but MacArthur gets the tackle in. Too much interplay, really. Not enough incision. Now Remy brings it forward. Looks to square up to Amati. He does well to get away from him. Fraser Campbell inside. It's fallen to Joe Ledley. Pack has to clear desperately. Out for a corner here. Crystal Palace turning the screw the away side. Looking stronger at the moment. This has not been a very good performance so far from Bristol City. This is not top of the league performance. Kabaye whips it in. It's a good one. MacArthur gets the header. And there's the goal. It was coming for Palace. And it's heartbreak here for Bristol City as they go behind from a set piece. Normally we're so strong. We've not shown much so far. We're going to have to show a lot more now to get the win here, or even anything out of this, as Matthews' pass goes straight into Zaha. And that's poor. Zaha gets away from 2, and he's won the free kick, for fuck's sake. We do eventually get it back here with Friday. Spreads it wide to Pack. Little chip ball into Robertha. Back to Marlon Pack. Can he chip it in? Oh, the run was on. Palace have to clear to touch. 81 minutes gone here. Is it time to bring on Gustav Engvall? And the quick answer is yes, it is time to bring on Gustav Engvall and De Jong. They both get a run out. Gustav Engvall scored at about this sort of time in the Leicester game to secure us a valuable point. Can he do the same today? Matthews does well to win that back, and he gets away from his man. Can he chip this in for Engvall? Oh, he completely misses the header. If you can air shot a header, that was how you do it. De Jong into Angelino. Tries to thread it through. Falls to De Jong though. Little reverse chip ball. Marlon Pack can't get to it. Speroni covers. He takes it in his gloves. 5 minutes left here. I can't believe we're going to lose at home to Palace. Amati, good jump for the header there, but it falls to a Palace player. And now Joe Ledley spreads it wide to Zaha, who's been dangerous all game. Dow spreads it. Not a very good pass, but we've come away with it. And now Angelino can bring it forward. Nearly loses out, but not quite. Gustav Engvall. His first proper touch. Robertha back into Engvall. Low ball into Marlon Pack. That just needed to be on target. Find Marlon Pack, and that was a goal. Gustav Engvall there. It was good interplay. I think that's probably our last chance of the game. Absolutely gutted about this. I can't believe it. De Jong, though. Big tackle. Ball into Engvall. Oh, I can't find Kieran Dowell, who's made the run. And now it looks like Palace can see this game out. Oh, you are kidding me. Jesus Christ. Well, it was a MacArthur header from a set piece. I think we had the lion's share of pretty much everything, as the stats I'm sure will attest. Let's take a look. Well, not really. Not really, actually. Palace dominated us. Well, not dominated us, but Palace were ahead of us, at the very least, in terms of possession and shots on target. For fuck's sake. That is awful. Really poor performance there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shit. Just shit. Well, we're still top of the table. We don't deserve to be. And that sort of run of form is not what we need. That's how we slip down. As you can see, it's perilous. We're still only 6 points ahead of 7th place Southampton. 2 losses. 3 losses even. And we could be down in 8th place out of the European spots. It's very, very close at the top at the moment. But a positive we always have is that Kieran Dowell is still improving, as is Daniel Amati. That always makes me smile. Win, lose or draw, that's always going to make me happy. Interesting. We've been offered the Chelsea and the Sporting Kansas City jobs. I'm sure Ian Holloway would love a trip to Kansas, but I think we'll probably turn that one down. So for today's second game, it is a long, hard trip up to the cold, inhospitable north of England to Sunderland. Bristol City need to bounce back after a disappointing home loss to Crystal Palace. Kieran Dowell, Amati, still flashing. We're up against Sunderland, who are playing a very solid looking 5 in midfield. Difficult team to play against Sunderland. They've got a strong defence. As we've discovered, we very much like Liverpool this season. We're great against the top teams, not so great against the mid-level teams. And Sunderland, as with Crystal Palace, definitely represent a mid-level team that we could easily struggle against. So let's see how we get on. So here we go. We're at the Stadium of Light. And yeah, bouncing back is the name of the game today. Sunderland, as I said, going to be difficult to play against. These mid-level sort of Premier League sides, Not easy. Kieran Dowell, although he's improving dramatically at the moment, he hasn't had an assist or a goal in a bit of a long time, and that's slightly concerning. It could be that we're trying to put too much through him, and he's struggling to make an impact because of that, but we'll have to see how he does today. I believe in him. KD is our boy. We know that much. Oh, great play by Robertha. Now Pack into Dowell. Dowell, little chip ball to Friday, doesn't reach him. Friday gets it back. Kieran Dowell from distance. He's hit that one really hard. Pickford had to put something on it. And it only barely went the way he wanted it. My God, he hit that well. And Marty does enough to win the header. Then good feet from Rossiter. He finds the ball out to Angelino. Slips it down the line into Fred Friday. Steps back away from Kone. Still Fred Friday here. Ball in along the box. Kieran Dowell. Well, that's a goal. That's definitely a goal. And it's going down as Kieran Dowell's. Not the cleanest of finishes. It was a big deflection. But as I said at the beginning of this, Kieran Dowell, KD, he's been crying out for a goal. And there it is. And it was great play from Friday. Good build-up in general, really. Roster started the move. Fred Friday uses his power. Gets inside. Low cross into the box. I think it was a deflection that took it past Jordan Pickford. Who was a bit unlucky there, but Kieran Dowell got the goal that he needed. Dowell gets a foot in, but still it's a Sunderland ball. Pack again, great play. Now Kieran Dowell has got the strength to get ahead of the man. He has. Kieran Dowell, what's he got here? He's gone very wide. Kieran Dowell inside. Lovely play here from Dowell. The chip. Oh, audacious stuff there from Dowell. Full of confidence after the goal. Angelino into Rossiter. Chips it in, looking for Robertha. Ball back into the box. Falls to Fred Friday. He can't get the shot away. It's panic in the Sunderland box. But they're able to clear. Once again, Anichebe does a good job of holding it up. But Rodwell has it nicked off him, but he wins it back. And somehow gets away again. Dowell falls. It's a great ball into Januzaj. Angelino comes across. Doesn't do enough, and Anichebe sweeps in. And that is an unfortunate goal against the run of play. Sunderland caught snapping there. There's a few little minor mistakes in there where we could have cleared it. Dowell slips. Januzaj basically tackled, but then Angelino couldn't get in. And was it a pass? Was it a deflection? I don't know. But Anichebe cleaned that one up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Angelino into Dowell. Lovely footwork from Kieran Dowell. He's got the power to get ahead of Januzaj. Whips a ball in, looking for Robertha. It's just over his head. Friday didn't want to take that down in that way, but it's found Pack at the edge of the box. His shot goes wide. Should have worked Pickford there. I think Friday didn't realise how much space he had. Well driven there by Kieran Dowell. Friday could have hit that there. He actually went backwards. Found Pack edge of the box, but his shot was off. And that's half time. Deary me. This has not been a good run of form. Well, we've definitely been ahead. We've had chances upon chances. We should be at least 2 goals up. But Sunderland took their chance when it fell to them. And it's on as even. Unfortunate here. We're away from home, and I think we can still come back. Just need to finish our chances, which we didn't really do in the first half. Let's go. Come on, Bristol. I'm not having more drop points. I will not have it. Oh, that's poor from Robson. And Robertha will accept that one quite happily. Looking again for the overlap. Nice one. Finds Matthews. That's a great ball in. Friday at the near post. And there it is. Freaky Friday. If that boy's got a run up, then it's going to take a hell of a lot to stop him. When it comes to momentum, he's got to be one of the best players in the world. He is built like a pack horse. And he runs like one too. I have no idea what I'm saying here. But as we know, Freaky Friday, known for his athleticism. And there it was. Robertha won it back well. It was poor from Sunderland to give the ball away. He knew the overlap was coming from Adam Matthews, and we know how good he is whipping a ball in from that right-hand side. The winger / right back. And that was right on the head of Fred Friday. And Pickford couldn't get a hand to that one. He's been good so far, but not quite that good. Well played, Nigel Robertha. And that's a great ball into Dowell. First time into Fred Friday. Rossiter outside of the boot looking for Dowell. He gets the ball back inside to Friday. Oh, and Pickford puts it wide. That was beautiful play. They're expansive passing. 1 touch each time. This is beautiful. The ball from Rossiter finds Dowell, who got ahead of his man, got up, headed it back across to Friday, and it was a good save from Pickford to prevent Friday's second. Friday finds Angelino. This ball back into Friday. Finds Rossiter. This is much better passing here from Bristol City. That's a lovely ball into Marlon Pack from Rossiter. Can he find the ball into Robertha? What a finish there from Nige. Big Nige. It's not exactly lit the Premier League on fire this season, but I think he's pretty much secured his place over Tammy Abraham, although he is out injured. I think Robertha for me starts. Rossiter's been finding some incredible balls today. Pack took that one down well, and that's a lovely cross in with the left foot. Dug it out from underneath himself. And then Robertha also finishing on his weaker foot. From a really difficult angle. Not Rossiter. Pickford even will be gutted about that. Well, the third should have sealed it here for Bristol City. It's been a great performance. And I think that could be the nail in the coffin. Here comes Robertha, the goal scorer. Looks to find Friday. He can get it back onto his right foot. Great tackle there, though. Don't know who that was, but it was big. Great play from Matthews to find Pack. He manages to get a pass away into Robertha. Finds Kieran Dowell. Oh, he's got away from one and two. Kieran Dowell still in the box. Ball along the floor. Oh, Fred Friday and Dong did so well to get back in and grab that. Great running from Kieran Dowell. We want to see more than that from him. More of that even. Thank you. I'll have that back, please, says Daniel Amati. And that's nice footwork from the big man. Davis spreads it wide to Angelino. Ball inside to Kieran Dowell. Slips away, slips it into Angelino. Ball inside, Robertha's there, and he's missed it. How did he miss that? Let's take another look. It was good play. Dowell does well. Slips in the Archbishop of Banterbury, and it's a textbook. Oh, that's poor. Nige, that's poor. Januzaj down the line into Manquillo. Back to Rodwell. Will it be a consolation here for Pienaar? Excellent effort there from the South African. And he gets a goal that could well be too late here for Sunderland, as this game is almost dead and buried. But, yeah, 4 minutes of extra time. Let's just keep it tight here. Not coming away from the 3 points now would be absolutely criminal. Angelino into Dowell. Little layoff to Davis. Caught in possession, though. That's no good. Now Januzaj looks to bring it forward. Rossiter, huge tackle. He's been great today. So there we go, 3-2. Sunderland definitely made it difficult for us at the end. Jordan Pickford, that man there, was incredible in the first half. Kept out a load of good opportunities. And Sunderland, yeah, they could have easily got the draw here, and on another day, maybe could have won. So as you can see, we definitely had the shots. That was, we were on top in terms of that. But Sunderland, they played a really, really good game today. And they could have come away with a point, definitely. Kieran Dowell got the goal he needed, as did Friday and Robertha. It's good to see those three back in the goals together. In the end, we made it seem more difficult than it was, but we did have to work hard for that. And that is a valuable 3 points after the disappointment of Palace at home. And still on top. Wow, only 2 games lost so far this season is pretty impressive. And we've had, not the least goals scored against us. Actually, wow, look at that. Palace in 7th. They've had 1 goal less scored against them than we have this season. They were a really tough team defensively, weren't they? We saw that in the last game, my word. But yeah, West Ham making a good run of us as well, up into 3rd. Gotta be gutted for Liverpool and Arsenal fans here. 15th and 19th respectively. They are having some season. So let's take a look at this month. 6 matches, 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Not our best run. Not our best run at all. Tammy Abraham, before he got injured, yeah, he had a few goals. Interesting to see Marlon Pack as the 2nd highest average rating player. He's been playing in every game, so that's extra impressive. Dowell still improving, thank you very much. Kicking power up to 85. We need to get him smashing some from distance a bit more. Amati getting quicker, that's insane. And there we go, Kieran Dowell hits 80. We sort of knew it was going to happen, but it's nonetheless very exciting to have a player of that rating, because as you know, we can't buy players of that rating yet, so it's especially exciting. So team of the month, and Robertha and Marlon Pack both sneaking in. That's really great for them. Marlon Pack doesn't necessarily get the plaudits he deserves, and it's good to see him making the team of the month for a change. So as the transfer window opens, 9 million in the transfer budget, that's pretty big. And Lee Tomlin, he's on his way out of the club. Well, it's been a pretty up and down relationship with the Bristol City fans in the last couple of seasons. If you remember, if you were here from episode 1 of this series, you'll remember we thought he'd be the man we'd build this club around, but he dropped off significantly, potentially for pie-related reasons. We'll never really know. Sad to see him go, though. Just surplus to requirements doesn't even cover it. So in the next episode, we've got West Ham United and also the transfer window, which could well be, and is shaping up to be, the most boring transfer window ever, as it doesn't look like we want to sign any players, even though we've got 9 million to deal with. So that could be a bit of a boring one. We can smash through that pretty quickly. Keep pushing Bristol City for that title chasing run. Catch up on Friday for that episode, and I'll see you in a bit.